Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today the Los Angeles Dodgers have signed former Houston Astros outfielder Jake Marisnick to a major league contract to join the Dodgers in the second half of the season, as the Dodgers are signing a former Astro that was a part of the 2017 team that the Astros beat in the World Series. As an Astros fan, I love Jake Marisnick. He had some great years with us from 2014 to 2019. I mean, 2014, his first year with the Astros, he only had like 9 home runs and 36 RBIs. And then, I think 2015 was kind of a bad year. He spent a lot of time in AAA as well. But in 2016, he started to, improve for the Astros. And his hitting started to get better. Had some great years from 2017 to 2019. And I don't want to hear anything about cheating. I know that happened. Number one, Astros only cheated in 2017 and 2018. They've done the investigating. Astros did not cheat in 2019. He had a really solid year in 2019 with limited playing time because the Astros, he didn't play as much as he had, was playing in the past, due to adding in some other players to the team. But ever since the Astros have traded him away, they traded him to the New York Mets. It's not like he's been playing bad. He's played solid. His batting average has stayed okay. It's not like it's low. His batting average since he's left has been in the always been in the area of 210 to 240, and that's where it kind of was before with the Astros. His batting average was always 230. But I think the problem with him ever since he's left the Astros is just him. He's been on so many teams since he left the Astros. He's been on 5 teams since the Astros traded him in 2019. So from 2020 through 2023, he's been on 5 teams: the Cubs, the Tigers, the Pirates, the Padres, the Mets, and the White Sox. Or 6 teams, my bad. So 6 teams he's been on. He was starting to play solid when he was on the Tigers this year. He was this year with the Tigers. He was in not a lot of playing time, only played 30 games and 75 plate appearances. And in that span, he had 2 home runs, 10 RBIs, and a 235 batting average. I think, in my opinion, in a span where it's not much playing time like that, I think in my opinion, two homers, 10 RBIs, and a 235 batting average is pretty solid when you're, I think he had a 500. He had a 500 on base percentage too, and that's pretty solid when you're not playing a lot like he was. And he was doing really solid, getting 10 RBIs and 30 games that he played and only 70 plate appearances. But I'm gonna go back some of his good, and not only that, but and I hate to get on to another topic, but he's a really good outfielder as well. I mean, the amount of good catches I saw this man make from 2017 through 2019 was ridiculous. I mean, he's not the best hitter at the plate, but this guy, and I honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell you if he's still the same because it's been a couple years. It's been 4 years, but in 2019 and 2017, he was okay. He's always been a decent outfielder, but in 2018 through 2019, this guy was outfielder wise was just insane. Robbing home runs, making diving plays. I would bet Jake Marisnick is still an amazing outfielder. I've seen we've played a couple of his whoever he's been on, in the past couple of 4 years. I think we've played him a couple times, and I've seen him at the plate, but never really noticed him in the field. But when he was with the Astros, he was an amazing outfielder, and I'm sure it's probably still like that. And he was a good hitter for us too. I mean, he wasn't the best. I mean, he in 2019 he had 10 home runs and 28 RBIs, and that's on a season. And I think it was 235 batting average. That's on a season where he wasn't playing as much as he had been in the past. The Astros they have added in Michael Brantley that year. And then also not only that, but Yordan Alvarez had, Yordan. So that's the season where Michael Brantley gets signed in free agency. Eventually, Yordan Alvarez gets called up. eventually Kyle Tucker starts to play a little bit more. So that's a team where, he starts to play a little bit less. So he had 10 home runs and 28 RBIs. And I think the season before in 2018, he had 10 home runs and 34 RBIs. And then the season before in 2017 had 16 home runs and 35 RBIs. But the 2017 season, that's a season where he's playing a little bit more than 2018 season, he played quite a bit, but not as much. The most for the Astros from 2017 through 2019, the most he played was in 2017 by far. Because that's a season where, Springer mostly played in center, but sometimes you'd see him go over to right, and the Astros, it felt like right field in 2017 was always a constant change. Josh Reddick was usually the mostly the number one right fielder. He was usually the starter, but sometimes it would flip back and forth between him and Jake Marisnick, or you'd see George Springer slot over to right field, and then Jake would play center. And Jake usually would most of the time would play center, and that's why you'd see George in right. But he's a really good outfielder. He really is, and he's a decent hitter. I really hope maybe he can, be able to stick in one place. I think the Dodgers are a good fit for him, even though after all that cheating stuff and Dodgers, hating the Astros. I really do think that Jake Marisnick he's a good fit for the Dodgers, and he's a solid hitter. He's a really solid hitter. He's even a better outfielder. I think he should be a good fit for the Dodgers. I just think what it really depends on is how much he plays for them, and we'll see how he does. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.